Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, Megan.
Hi.
You know what today is?
I don't know. I think you might have to jog my memory.
Do I need to jog your memory or loosen your hole?
Loosen my hole and jog my
Your ear holes, to be exact. That's what I mean, of course.
Oh my. Well, what else did you mean?
Who knows?
I'm not a pervert.
Right.
My mind didn't go in the other holes. So the holes that when you think of fisting, you know what I think of? Ear canals.
Uh-huh.
Canals, fisting, one and the same.
All the same. Today is Friday, which means that you're tuned into a brand new episode of Fisting Friday.
Pew, 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 pew.
And on this show, we read the results of our last But Am I Wrong episode. Well, not last, the episode that came out the previous week.
Yes.
And in case you're new here, you might be confused, but go back and listen to last week's episode of But Am I Wrong? And then you can listen and know what's going on. And then for next week's episode, you can vote and participate.
And we love the participation. I feel like we got a good amount of people responding to the ones from this episode. And I love that. Like, I love to hear everyone else's opinions, thoughts, and feelings. So let's get into it. I am not 100% sure that I didn't fuck up the numbers of this one again. I did episode 73 twice.
But you should have, right? Because you messed up the week before. So you were off. So you needed to do something twice.
Oh, yeah.
So you're correct.
So, okay.
It's even back out.
Wow. Unintentionally. Let's pretend I did it on purpose. Let's
No.
pretend I knew exactly what I was doing.
What is going on with Instagram?
I know, it took
Where
forever
is
to
it?
load. Oh, what do you mean?
Not that. Where is it?
You just had to refresh.
But why should I have to refresh?
Well, I have those questions at technology all the fucking time.
That makes no sense. I should come to the page and it should just be there.
Well, what am I refreshing from? Like,
Right.
this is I just arrived
Exactly.
here. Like, what are you lagging on? Anytime I need to be reminded that, like, technology is faulty, I just look at or visualize the pictures and videos of the delivery robots falling on their side. And I'm
Poor
like, you know what?
fellas.
I feel bad for them.
I do too. And I know that people are going around kicking them and things.
I think that's, like, really fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll be one of the new, like, serial killer criterias. The big, in their youth, they used to kick over delivery robots. So this is, we're not even going to get into what an episode number this is. Just know that the next one we do, I will be confident in the number of it being right.
You said that, but I'm not so confident.
Don't say it.
All right. So first up is me. The actual definitions of boundaries and red flags with the case study of Jonah Hill and Darius Jackson. Who was wrong? 2% said that I was wrong. 98% said that I was not wrong.
The TikTok you sent of me of those women talking about Usher is maybe, I have to give it a shout out, maybe one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I just know that Darius is so up in arms, just like watching everything. Like his entire For You page, there's no way that it's not just Kiki, that I can confidently assume that he has also seen this video.
Right.
And felt so silly.
Because, first of all, Usher's like 15 years older than Kiki. If it might be more than that. I don't know how old Usher is. How old is Usher?
Usher is ageless. So the account is from Mel Mitchell.
And the thing is, Usher is known for never dating anybody his own age. And he does not go younger. He goes older. Mm-hmm. But it's a fact that Usher dates women older than him. So he's not interested in somebody 15 years younger than him.
No. So this isn't like a brand new man. Like Usher has been around before Darius, like your entire life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so you can't play the ignorant on Usher. Because like, if you're not aware, you could also just Google. Right. Like this man is not a threat. Mm-hmm.
He's just putting on a show.
He's a performer.
He don't want Kiki. He don't want goddamn Saweetie. Usher like his with AARP cards and church hats. He likes old hoes.
Usher like old hoes. Y'all don't know because y'all young.
Y'all don't know shit. Usher want a to shop at Ann Taylor Loft. He don't want goddamn Kiki Palmer.
White diamonds. He
want what's that old lady Chanel perfume that smell like the inside of a cabinet when you open it? He want a bitch with the perfume with the balloon on the end of the bottle.
He want a bitch with red circular sponge in their purse.
He want a bitch with round nails, not oval, not almond. He want a bitch with round red nails.
Red.
He want a bitch that keep a couple of these, one in the car, one in
Those
the
are fans.
He want
a bitch who like butter pecan ice cream.
He want a with a seat at church.
Usher want a bitch with strawberry candy on the bottom of the purse. Usher want a bitch to say Lord have mercy when she sit down.
Usher want a bitch to say Lord have mercy when she ride dick. That's what Usher want. He want a bitch that put a prayer cloth on the bitch you talking about. Usher would have put a prayer cloth on Kiki at that concert. Covered in. Usher don't want none of these young hoes.
I just loved it.
And what's the account?
Mel Mitchell. Let me see if the baddest Mitch, MITCH, is their handle. And the name is Mel Mitchell.
Incredible.
Like, so fucking funny. And I think it's from their podcast. The podcast called Jokes on You.
Where are they located?
Atlanta.
Okay.
They should come to LA and be on our podcast.
Mm-hmm. Or we can do it virtual.
Hell yes. Because that is just legitimately so fucking funny. Mm-hmm. And I love anytime I see something that is like shady about a celebrity, knowing how, I'm so sorry I called him a celebrity. That was incredibly generous of me. Someone who's topical at the moment with like the TikTok algorithm. Like someone can mention something to me in passing and suddenly it's literally my entire fucking For You page. So you know that he is being served all I'm laughing time. And you're like, oh, I wish he could see this. You go, he's seeing this.
He's seeing it. Also, I've also seen videos of his famous brother popping up, and in the comments, all they're doing is just talking about him.
What's his brother famous for?
Saranis Jackson is an actor. He's on Insecure. He's on Good Trouble. He also has a very sexy voice and does Dipsy.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. So you said sexy voice. I was like, the Dipsy one?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Gosh. Maybe he and is he unproblematic? As far as we know. Maybe him and Beanie Feldstein need to get together and
maybe.
Just like okay, so then my hot take is cruises need to be canceled. And if anybody was curious, the photo that I used is the photo Melissa and I referenced in the episode.
It's creepy.
It's fucking insane.
But it also just looks like an ugly cake somebody made.
It looks like an ugly AI cake. It's like you ask someone to make a cake who's like an alien to make a cake, and they go, this. And you go, that doesn't look edible, but it looks like you think I should eat it.
It also looks so, like, when you put it into perspective that this is an actual cruise ship and people will be on this, it's scary.
No,
it's terrifying to me.
It looks like a PSA, like, this is what your lungs look like when you smoke. Like, this is what cruises are. Like, and also, don't you think that you should show a cruise ship empty if you're going to try and sell it as like this really amazing, cool experience? Because this just looks like a horror film.
But the thing is these are CGI people. It's not even real people.
So it's going to be more crowded.
Yes.
I just don't know why it would be enticing to put fake people there to show how crowded it will be, which is not a thing that anyone wants.
No. Because I'm like, first of all, I know that there's a scientific reason why a boat can stay afloat.
We're not interested in science.
Big ass boat is afloat with all these people on it,
Sounds
don't
suspicious.
learn. People don't learn.
No, especially now.
Right. It's the worst time. And they debuted it the week after the submersible and the orcas.
The orcas aren't done, but
No.
like either. Like the orcas, we've heard the sirens had their turn, mermaids had their turn. Like orcas are here and they're here to fuck shit up for a long time. And until they're done. And like we don't know how long it's going to be. So like the idea like anyone deciding to like get out onto the ocean in a menacing way, in a shenanigan-y way, count your fucking days.
Right.
Because these orcas do not fuck around. Anyways, 14% did say I was wrong.
A lot of people wrote in.
Yeah, and 86% said I was not wrong. So you people are my people. So what some people had said, someone said, the only time my ADHD, OCD, anxious husband has ever been able to fully kick back and relax on a vacation is when we went on a cruise as a joke. We have a port out of our city and figured why not for the long weekend. He ended up actually loving it. Otherwise, he feels the need to overly plan and prepare and constantly be sightseeing. But the cruise handles all of that for you. And you're surrounded by water, so you literally have no choice just to sit your ass down and enjoy the tacky entertainment and drinks. We did joke the entire time that we were floating on a nursing home, but we did have so much fun, and it was amazing to see him unwind like that. To that, I say inclusive resorts.
Mm-hmm. I just left one.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing.
It is legitimately just the same thing, except not everything is so communal to the point where you're stranded on water.
Yes. You can go out on water if you want to. And the people that went out, a surprise storm came, and they said they'll never be getting out on water again.
And I think that's a lesson more of us should walk away with.
Yeah.
Even if I don't need to participate in that to know that that is a factual statement. Someone said, only because river cruises, which makes me think that they voted that they thought I was wrong. I went on one. It was the best experience I've ever had. Similar boat, and food isn't served buffet style. If you were in the dining room at meal times to be served, you didn't eat on the boat. What the fuck? Is a river cruise a cruise ship?
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Because to me, that's like a train.
River cruises, do you stay on the boat? Isn't it just like a
sightseeing
you
thing?
Get on during the day and you have a meal
Go
and
through
then
the
hop
canals.
up. Yeah.
Like I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong, but
as somebody that went on river cruises in school when I lived in Tennessee, we'd only be on, and maybe it was because we were in school, but there weren't staying quarters. You just get on the boat and have a meal, and then that would be it.
Oh, this says, on average, U.S. river cruises start around $300 to $400 per night.
Huh.
So
I guess there are overnight. I was going to say undernight, but that doesn't make any sense.
And we should come up with what that would mean, though, because what is undernight?
But what is overnight? Like,
no, that's what I mean. It actually means nothing, but that's what we have adopted. So therefore we need, if there's an overnight, there has to be an undernight.
Yeah.
Let's think on that.
Okay.
So what I'm gathering, a river cruise is, I think they're just cruises that go on rivers versus oceans, and they're slightly smaller, which to me, you would think, oh, Megan, that's better for you. No, it's actually worse because you will get far more seasick.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy for you in those rivers. I do have to say though that somewhat safer in a river theoretically, like it's not so much of a wide open space, but much more of like the pollution you're seeing. You know what I mean? You're a little more acutely aware.
Yeah. And then like if you're like Florida area, it's gonna be gators.
That is. There's
crocodiles and snakes.
Maybe they should just stay in like Europe, because like the idea of like getting into Florida warm waters with the chompy dinosaurs is horrific to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone did say cruises are the literal most boring shit. Thank you for bringing attention to how they are also gross.
Thank you. Someone said cruises are super iffy and gross, but there are lots of relatively inexpensive ones, which is very true. The only time Mats ever went on a cruise was when he was in college, and he was like, never again, but fun for the time when for the bank account balances we had.
Also, we didn't talk about the sex aspect. They hand out condoms on boats.
It's a nursing home
because everybody is fucking each other, and then there's no escape from the person that you're fucking.
That's like, I just feel like people who love cruises, I'm like, you just have to tell me you've never seen a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, because what Mary-Kate and Ashley movies told me about vacations is like you go to places, like you meet cute boys or like you meet cute people who you're interested in, you have a little crush and you have an adventure. And you know what, where they never did that? Stuck on a cruise. You need to escape.
Didn't you do that though?
Yeah. One time I was paid, one time it was comped.
But I'm just saying, you did do that.
I did do that. Hey, I'll say, here's the thing about me. There was a certain point in my time, no longer now, where if you offered me something for free that I've never done before, I'd go, can I bring a friend? And they say yes. And I go, I guess it's happening. Now, no. And to be fair, after I did it the first time, I said, I will never get back on a fucking cruise unless you pay me. 2 weeks later, maybe 7 to 10 business days, hey, we're going to pay you. Hop along to the exact same cruise you just got off. And I said, bet, be there.
Okay.
Amazing. Thank you.
I'm just saying, Mary-Kate and Ashley didn't do it, but you did.
And there's a lot of things in my life that I could have avoided if I just led my life by saying, did Mary-Kate and Ashley do this in one of their made-for-TV films? I would have avoided a lot.
I feel like they never went on a cruise.
No, and they went on so many fucking vacations. That's what I'm telling you. Like, they went everywhere. They painted a goddamn fucking billboard in Los Angeles. And if they did, it was big. There's no shot. Because they did Atlantis.
Mary-Kate and Ashley, The Case of the Mystery Cruise.
No, that does not count. No, that doesn't count.
It does
No,
count.
it does not. Because those are not the mysteries. Those were not what made you want to travel. Those were not like the...
But they still count because they had a whole book series that went with it.
No, but that's fine. But they also went to like SeaWorld. That didn't make me want to go to SeaWorld.
But it still counts to me. Because at this point, you were not alive.
No, but I've watched all of them. But the mystery series, there's a spooky ooky elements. Like that wasn't like a something that you go, this is an attraction I want to do. Like Billboard Dad made me want to climb up on a billboard and paint a billboard.
I was like, I remember them being on a cruise.
No, but so it is, they could have picked a cruise for Holiday in the Sun, which is when they go to Atlantis, but they did not.
Well, they
but
still want a cruise.
When they did Atlantis, I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go here. That's when I found out you had gone to Atlantis. I was like, Melissa, you've made it. Like, that was my fucking dream.
That's fine.
See, no. I think I would be, I would hope I would still love it at this age if I ever went.
I think you would, because it's like a all-inclusive
That's what I'm saying. So,
resort.
like, they couldn't do that and a cruise one for the same feature film.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've like literally seen every single thing of Mary-Kate and Ashley. They were my first.
They were Melanie's, my sister Melanie's.
Was she a Mary-Kate or an Ashley?
I don't know, but she loved them. She had all the books.
Yep.
She had all the stuff. And I'm like, all this came out years ago.
No.
They're my age, and they look your age right now. So it doesn't compute, Melanie.
No, I was obsessed with it. Like, it just didn't, I don't know why. There's just something about him.
All right. Now we've got writer number 1 versus ex-spouse who they cheated on. 81% said the writer is wrong. 19% said the writer is not wrong.
So someone said, Ryder isn't wrong for not telling their ex, but is wrong for continuing the friendship. Which I don't disagree with.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I like that you use this picture because he is a cheater.
Well, and also, like, his face is just, like, the epitome of, like, there are some reaction pictures that I know the essence I'm going for, but, like, I can't put it to words. Like, I don't know how to write, like, uncomfortably reaction pic uncomfortably grimacing. Like, it doesn't really pop up. So I just know I can type it in and I go, he's done it. Whatever face I'm looking for, he's pulled it straight to camera.
That is correct.
Then we write a number 2, double dipping with T Swift tickets. This one surprised me a little bit. 81% said the writer is wrong, and 19% said the writer is not wrong. Someone said,
I got one pulled up.
Literally just take your friend the second time if you want to go twice that bad.
Someone said, I do not agree. Life is not fair. I don't think people have to deserve getting tickets to go to a concert. Again, I don't leave my house, but if I could, I'd have gone to every single My Chemical Romance reunion date. And to that I say, My Chemical Romance isn't in high demand.
Yeah.
Like, they're not getting sold out. They're not selling out stadiums the way that Taylor Swift is.
Yeah, it's not an opportunity. It's not just like, oh, I opted in. Like, if you applied that to Taylor Swift and you're like, I want to go to every single Taylor Swift show, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars of doing that. And then, but buying tickets on the resale, you know what I mean? Like, it's not possible to have done that. So it's not the same.
Comparable.
I also just really hate the whole thing of like,
life isn't fair.
Yeah. I just think that like, it's like when people will say, like, when it comes to like a parenting, well, they'll be like very tough parents. I got to prepare them for like the real world. The real world is tough. And I'm like, so like, don't you want to be like a spot of like support and kindness and love when the world is like that? Like, don't you want to offset some of the inevitable? Like something that like resilience is, you don't need to teach someone resilience. Like that life will teach them that. And I kind of feel the same way when people are like, well, like life isn't fair. And it's like, well, that's not an excuse to just say fuck it to everything.
Then we've got Wrong of the Week, Wannabe Robber. 93% said this man is wrong. 7% said this man is not wrong.
I just had I rewatched the video about 9 times while going through and picking the pictures. I need to know his story.
I'm trying to find somebody did respond. Where is it?
Was it in the replies?
Also, I looked at it like right before I went to sleep, so maybe I did not screenshot it. But I did go to sleep at about 9:30 last night, so who knows? My eyes were just drifting closed.
What time did you fall asleep last night?
I literally just said you were not listening to me.
Oh, mine must have missed that. No, that's fair. Call me out. Yeah, I did.
And I'm going to keep it in.
Great.
Keep both of them in.
No, keep them both in. So
I said 9:30.
9? What time did you wake up? Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday? I didn't have anything to do yesterday. Probably about 10.
Wow. Your sleep schedule, I don't know. I'm sure you've actually put work into it. And I would like to achieve it with like zero work. But like you've improved this immensely.
I also had residual. I took a Tylenol PM.
Oh, okay.
The day before, before that. But it's probably still residual because my butt.
Do you crack your back like acid and it just like comes back?
Yeah, exactly. I was doing, I'll talk about it more and see next Tuesday, but I was doing a lot over the weekend and my body hurt.
Oh, okay. I'm like, because like waking up at 10 and then like eyes drip, like closing, can't stay awake at like 9:30. You had to have pooped yourself.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. No, I'm excited to hear about it. Oh, I forgot this. Did we already read the update for the Taylor Swift tickets?
No.
Oh. Hi, Eminem. I'm the person who bought multiple Taylor Swift tickets. I just wanted to say you were right, and I've now messaged my friend who is planning to buy the tickets for me when resale is available. The issue of scalping did not come across my mind as much, as there are anti-scalping laws in my country, meaning you can't sell for higher than 10% of the original price. Thank you for reading my message. You are never wrong. Amazing. Thanks. I'm happy for you and your friend. Now both getting to enjoy it. So about, we can't find a specific message, but the not knowing his circumstance, totally. I would like to know I would like to know.
I brought that up when I said that.
Yeah. It's just, there are some times where it's like someone is overtly in the wrong. I think all robberies, more robbery should go like this. No one was hurt. Mm-hmm. No one lost any money. Mm-hmm. And they never found him.
And also, we said, if you're going to rob somebody, rob a big business. You don't rob a small business.
No, and like, it's not even he went through with it. No. Like, it didn't work. And so therefore, like, in my mind, no harm, no foul.
Right.
I don't think he's going to go back there and try again.
I remember I said that I thought that he does this every week, and that's why no one was faced.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's just like a quirky little town thing.
Yeah, nobody snitched on him. They haven't been able to.
And that's the part that I'm fucking obsessed with.
Yeah.
Like, they were just like,
I don't know.
No, I don't. And they're like, well, don't you want it? They're like, no. Like, they have respect for each other's hustles. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that. And I nominated Jonah Hill. 98% said Jonah Hill was wrong. 2% said he was not wrong. I'm 99% sure that all 5 people who voted that he wasn't wrong replied and said, my bad, this is an accident.
Well, somebody opted out.
What do you mean? I missed that.
Oh,
God.
Abstaining from voting on this one because as more things come out, Frankie Miners related, I think he is wrong, but I also think she is wrong. I think for what was discussed up until the point of voting, he was and is wrong. I think someone can do wrong things and also have wrong done to them, and it doesn't negate their wrong. Ultimately, I view them both as a very toxic couple, and am glad they are not involved anymore for everyone's sake.
That is definitely someone who talked about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is it's mutual abuse. It's both of them. It's and it's like, no, you don't know how that works.
And also, first of all, that wasn't up for vote. You vote on what is up for vote. Mm-hmm. It's not voting. If you think he's wrong, then you vote on that he's wrong.
Yep.
2, where's the proof?
Well,
what did she do?
That she revealed, that people think that she revealed this, and like she's going too far or too much.
I don't think that's too far or too much, because he's a public figure and he's using his publicity as a way to, using his like place in the world as a way to get women.
And the only reason why, or the vast majority of why people are interested in this, is because she dated him. Mm-hmm. So then it's like, oh, if he doesn't want to be, if he wants complete obscurity and does not want to be talked about or anything like that, then he can't have any kind of relationship with anybody, because it doesn't become just his story and therefore that's private. Like, he's having interactions with other people, therefore that becomes their story. They do not owe it to you to keep that private.
And also to that, I will also say, like, do you believe that people that have been abused, because she was verbally abused, do you think that they shouldn't tell their stories?
Yeah.
Do you think that people should just not say anything when they've been in any type of abusive relationship?
Mm-hmm. And it's just that, like, oh, well, he deserves privacy. And it's like, well, she deserves to not be emotionally abused. Mm-hmm. So those things, like, weighing those against each other, one negates the other.
But why does he deserve privacy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why? Why? His fame, like you said, gives him access to a wider pool of people to do this to, and will continue to have that further on. Like,
and that also empowered other people to come forward and say things that he had done to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there is no perfect victim. And so, like, this whole thing of, like, breaking down where it's like, oh, well, what was this person's motive behind behind sharing this? And, like, it just feels like the first time I got it, but then it's like, okay, too far. Like, this is just, like, no, you don't and people are now just like, a lot of things, they're like, well, this just isn't like fair to like his current girlfriend, and like she should be thinking about her, and like she has a baby with him. And I'm like, the only reason why you're referring to her, like she is now the ultimate victim in this, is because she's not talking. The second that she talks, and then it's like, oh my God, stop. Like it will just always be an excuse after excuse after excuse. So, I mean, anytime anyone wants to claim like mutual abuse, I suggest looking at DARVO as the acronym and like the whole study behind that. And sharing something awful that someone has done to you and having strong negative feelings about it is not the same thing, or should be weighed the same as someone who did those things.
Right.
Like the response should never be weighed the same as the like what was the event? Like what was the thing? Like my response and my feelings towards that? No, not the same. It wouldn't, because they wouldn't have existed without your actions.
Exactly.
I hope that was satisfying for you and your holes, your canals. Who named all of the parts of an ear? Because I think they should have named other things like that, because the fact that there's a canal and a drum is just so much more fun than, I don't know, like your
Phalange?
foot. Well, no, would never disparage like a phalange or a tibia. Like I love those kinds of words, but something like your toe pad. Ears are fascinating.
Ears are fascinating. The whole ear, nose, throat area, fascinating.
Wildly. Melissa, like I literally have gotten into a whole like ENT spiral, because when I got my sinus infection, the only thing that propelled me to like actually fucking get antibiotics was I kept getting so car sick. I always get car sick, but I was getting like way more car sick than I ever have before. And it was so bad. And I was getting vertigo. It was miserable. And I was looking it up, and they were like, oh, you have a sinus infection, your ears are clogged, therefore your equilibrium is off. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. And my ears have been like popping and kind of crunching. And I was like, maybe I still have like a residual like ear infection, which you can have. Then I started taking my new meds and alleviated an immense amount of those symptoms. And I was like, what?
Fascinating, right?
I know. My sister-in-law, her father is an ENT, and he will be coming into town because they'll be having their second baby soon. And I'm going to be like, my guy, can you just get a look in those ears? Tell me everything's looking. And
You're
then
going to have to ask him to bring his equipment.
I will. I literally will ask him.
Order some
I
online.
love him. He's the best. And Mats is going to play. Mats was like, does he play pickleball? And she was like, oh yeah, he's very into it. Mats was like, sick. Tell him to bring his stuff. I want to play pickleball.
Doesn't Mats play pickleball?
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
He wants to. By the way, he's like been such, all of our neighbors, like when we see them, they're like, oh my God, Mods, I picked up pickleball. Like, thank you for that. And I was like, are you just like babe, do you play pickleball? Or are you just recommending everyone else should play pickleball? Which is just, he's just trying to get the community together while we stay at home.
He goes to play golf.
He does. He went to the driving range last night with one of his friends who's like getting into golf. And every time before he leaves, I'm like, be nice, be a good teacher, be kind, and be supportive. And he was like, okay, I will. I was like, okay, just don't want you to discourage anybody.
And that's why I will not be playing with him until my lessons are underway.
Oh, he would, well, because he knows for a sec, he was even like slightly, he would just, you would rat him out to me. But I don't think he would.
For my own?
I do not blame you.
Thank you.
At all.
All right. Well, that's it for Fisting Friday.
Let us know your favorite facts about ear, nose, and throat.
It's a great place.
It is.
All right. Fist you later.
Fist you later. Hey, are you ready for some real talk and some fantastic laughs? Join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
We're serving up 4 hilarious shows every week designed to entertain and engage and, possibly enrage you.
And Don't Blame Me, we dive deep into listeners' questions, offering advice that's funny, relatable, and real.
Whether you're dealing with relationship drama or you just need a friend's perspective, we've got you.
Then switch gears with But Am I Wrong, which is for listeners who didn't take our advice and want to know if they are the villains in the situation.
Plus, we share our hot takes on current events and present situations that we might even be wrong in our lives. Spoiler alert, we are actually quite literally never wrong.
But wait, there's more. Check out See You Next Tuesday, where we reveal the juicy results from our listener polls from But Am I Wrong?
And don't miss Fisting Friday, where we catch up, chat about pop culture, TV, and movies. It's the perfect way to kick off your weekend.
So if you're looking for a podcast that feels like a chat with your besties, listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.